Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I decided that it would be best before I go to bed to post another video. So here we are back at it again with another video. But there's something I want to ask you guys, and I want you to be completely honest with me, please. But I'm trying to wrestle. So if you guys know any places that will wrestle for free and pay you, please let me know because I'm very interested in that. But anyways, we're gonna post another video about the book. I did say that this was a 50-50 wrestling and books thing, and I promise I'm going to do my best to get to the wrestling parts as well. It's just the books are so much easier right now, and with everything going on, it's just easier if I do the books. I have a lot going on right now, so it's just easier to do the books right now, but I promise I will do the wrestling as soon as I can. But anyways, let's get back to the book, 5 Feet Apart. So we're on chapter 2. So let me get to chapter 2 really quick. Okay. Okay, chapter 2 is not that long, so we can do this. Okay, here we go. Chapter 2, Will. Alright, I'll see you guys later, I say, winking at Jason and closing the door to my room to give them some privacy. I come face to face with the empty sockets of the skull drawing on my door, an old mask slung over its mouth with the words abomination. Okay, hold on, I'm sorry guys, I can't see, I need to get my light. And I'll show you guys what my light is right now, as soon as I find it. That is. Okay, hold on guys. Where's my light? Where's my light? Where's my light? Oh, found it! Ta-da! Sorry guys. This is a light I bought not the other day. This is a light I bought quite a while ago. It's a book light, so basically I just have it and then I hook it to my book and I point the thing right here and voila, you guys can see very well. So we're gonna use this light, but I wonder if I should just post it on my computer so you guys can see me better. I think that's good, and I can see this. Okay, I think we're gonna go like that. Alright, so here we go. Sorry for the delay guys, but here we go. Let me find it. Okay, chapter 2, Will. Alright, I'll see you guys later, I say, winking at Jansen and closing the door to my room to give them some privacy. I come to face with the empty sockets of the skull drawing on my door, an old mask slung over its mouth with the words abomination, abandon all hope, ye who enter here, written under it. That should be the slogan for this hospital or any of the other 50 I've spent in the past. I've been in for the past 8 months of my life. I sprint down the hallway to see the door swinging shut behind the girl I saw moving into a room down the hall earlier today, her scuffed with Converse disappearing onto the other side. She'd been by herself, lunging a duffel bag big enough for about that for about 3 fully grown adults, but she actually looked kind of hot. And let's be honest here, it's not every day you see a remotely attractive girl hanging over a hospital no more than 5 doors from yours. Walking down at my sketchbook I strung, rolling it up and stuffing it into my back pocket before heading down the hallway after her. It's not like I have anything better to do, and I'm certainly not trying to stick around here for the next hour. Pushing through the doors, I saw her making her way across the gravy tilt floor, waving and cutting to just about everyone as she goes, like she's putting on her own personal Thanksgiving Day parade. She steps onto the large glass elevator overlooking the east lobby, just past a large decked-out Christmas tree they must have put up early this morning, long before the Thanksgiving leftovers were even eaten. Heaven forbid they leave up the Grant turkey display for even a minute longer. I watch as her hands reach up to fix her face mask while she leans over to press a button, the doors slowly closing. I start climbing the open stairs by the elevator, trying not to run into anyone as I watch it clung steadily to the 5th floor. Of course, I run up the stairs as fast as my lungs will carry me, managing to get to the 5th floor with enough time to go into a serious coughing fit and recover before she exits the elevator and disappears around a corner. I rub my chest, clearing my throat, and following her down a couple of hallways and onto the wide glass encased bridge leading to the next bustling building. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna need this. Okay, you guys can still see me, that's good. Alright, yeah, I think this works out great. Okay, building, leading to the next building. Even though she just got here this morning, she clearly knows where she's going, judging from her pace and the fact she apparently knows every single person in the building. I wouldn't be surprised if she were actually the mayor of this place. I've been here 2 weeks, and it took me until yesterday to figure out how to sneak safely from my room to the cafeteria over in Building 2, and I am by no means directly challenged. I've been in so many hospitals over the years, figuring out how to get around them is what comes as a hobby to me now. She stops short under a seat of double doors reading East Entrance National Intensive Case Unit and peeks inside before she pushes them open. The NICU. Odd. Having kids when you have CF falls into the super difficult category. I've heard of girls with CF bumming hard over it, but going to stare at the baby she might never have is a whole other level. That's just... Okay, so the word is F, but I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to cuss on my YouTube channel. I do cuss, but I'm not going to cuss on my channel. So the word is Fucking. You all know what that means. But anyways, that's so depressing. There are a lot of things that piss me off about CF, but that's not one of them. Okay, I guess I am cussing, but not big words. Pretty much all guys with CF are entitled, which at least means I don't have to worry about getting anyone pregnant and staring in my own shit show of a family. But Jason wishes he had that going for him right now. Looking both ways, I close the gap between me and the doors, peering inside the narrow windows to see her standing in front of the viewing pane, her eyes focused on a small baby inside an incubator on the other side. Its fragile arms and legs are hooked up to machines 10 times its size. That's sad. Pushing open the door and sliding inside the dimly lit hallway, I smile as I watch Converse girl for a second. I can't help but stare at her reflection, everything beyond the glass blaring as I look at her. She's prettier close up with her long eyelashes and her full eyebrows. She even makes the face mask look good. I wish as she brushes her wavy stand brown hair out of her eyes, staring at the baby through the glass with a determined focus. I clear my throat, getting her attention, and here I thought this was going to be another lame hospital filled with lame stickies, but then you show up, looking me. Her eyes meet mine in the reflection of the glass, surprise filling them at first and then almost immediately changing to something resembling disgust. She looks away back at the baby. Staying silent. Well, that's always a promising sign. Nothing like actual repulsion to start off on the right foot. I saw you moving into your room. Gonna be here a while. She doesn't say anything. If it wasn't for the grimace, I'd think she didn't even hear me. Oh, I get it. I'm so good looking you can't even string a sentence together. That annoys her enough to get a response. Shouldn't you be pronouncing rooms for your guests? She snaps, turning to face me as she angrily pulls her face mask off. She takes me off guard for a second. I laugh, surprised by how upfront she is. That really pisses her off. You rent by the hour or what? She asked, her dark eyes narrowing. It was you lurking in the hall. It was you lurking in the hall. I don't lurk, she fires back. You followed me here. It's a valid point, but she definitely lurked first, I pretended to be taken aback and hold up my hands in mock defeat, with the intent of introducing myself, but with that attitude. Let me guess, she says, cutting me off. You consider yourself a rebel, ignoring the rules because it somehow makes you feel in control. Am I right? You're not wrong, I shot back before leaning against the wall casually. You think it's cute. I grin at her. I mean, you must think it's pretty adorable. You stood in the hallway an awfully long time staring. She rolls her eyes, clearly not entertained by me. You letting your friends borrow your room for determining whether or not to say this word. And you know what? I'm just going to say it because we're going to learn a lot about these books. I haven't even read some books and I don't know what words they're going to say, so I'm just going to say it. Borrow your room for sex isn't cute. So she's a real goody two-shoes. Sex, oh heavens no. They told me they would be holding a slightly rowdy book club meeting in there for the better part of an hour. She glares at me, definitely not amused by my sarcasm. So that's what this is about, I say, crossing my arms over my chest. You have something against sex? Of course not. I've had sex, she says, her eyes widening as the words tremble out of her mouth. It's fine. That is the biggest lie I've heard all year, and I'm practically surrounded by people who sugarcoat the fact that I'm dying. I laugh. Fine. Isn't exactly a ringing endorsement, but I'll take a man guard when I can get it. Her thick eyebrows form a frown. We have nothing in common. I wink, having way too much fun pissing her off. Cold. I like it. The door bangs open and Barb bursts through, making both of us jump in surprise at the sudden noise. Will Newman, what are you doing up here? You're not supposed to leave the third floor. After that stunt you pulled last week, I look back at the girl. There you go, a name to go with your little psychic profile, and you are. She glowers at me quickly, pulling her face mask back over her mouth before Barb notices, ignoring you. Good one, Miss Goody Two-Shoes. Have some spunk. I'm clearly the teacher's pet, too. 6 feet at all times. You both know the rules, I realize. I'm too close and take a step back as Barb reaches us, coming into the space and the tension between us. She turns to look at me, her eyes narrowing. What do you think you're doing up here? I say, pointing at the viewing window, looking at baby. She's clearly not amused. Get back to your room. Where is your face mask? I reach up to touch my maskless face. Stella, thank you for keeping your mask on. She didn't 5 seconds ago, I mutter. Stella glares at me over Barb's head, and I give her back a big smile. Stella, her name is Stella. I can see Barb's about to really ram me out, so I decide to make my exit. I've had more than enough lecturing for the moment. Lighten up, Stella. I stay stuttering to the door. It's just life. It'll be over before we know it. I head out through the doors, across the bridge, and down Sea Wing instead of going back to the long way. I hop on a new, skinny, shakier, non-glass elevator, which I discovered 2 days ago. It slips me out right by the nurse's station on my floor, where Julie is reading over some paperwork. Hey, Julie, I say, leaning over the counter and picking up a pencil. She glares up at me, giving me a quick look before her eyes swing back down to the papers in her hands. Just what were you up to? Roaming the hospital, pissing off Barb, Aisha, shrugging and twirling the pencil around and around in my finger. She's such a hard ass. Well, she's not a hard ass, she's just, I give her a look, a hard ass. She leans against the nurse's station, pulling a hand on her super pregnant belly, firm. The rules matter, especially to Barb. She doesn't take chances. I glance over to see that doors at the end of the hallway swing wide open again as Barb and the goody herself step out. Barb's eyes narrow at me, and I shrug innocently. What? I'm talking to Julie. She huffs, and the two of them walk off down the hallway towards Stella's room. Stella fixes her face mask, looking back at me, her eyes meeting mine for a fraction of a second. I sigh, watching her go. She hates me. Which one? Julie asks, following my gaze down the hallway. The door to Stella's room closes behind the both of them, and I look back at Julie. She gives me a look that I've seen about a million times since I got here. Her blue eyes fill with the mix between "Are you crazy?" and something very close to care. Mostly, "Are you crazy, though?" Don't even think about it, Will. I glanced down at the file sitting in front of her, the name jumping out at me from the upper left-hand corner. Stella Grant. I say like it's no big deal. Night. I stroll back to 315, coughing when I get there, the mucus thick in my lungs and throat, my chest aching from my extrusion. If I had known I was going to be running a half marathon all around the hospital, I might have bothered to bring my portable oxygen. And who am I kidding? I check my watch to make sure it's been an hour before pushing open the door. I flick on the light, noticing a folded note from Hope and Jackson on the bleach white standard issue hospital sheets. How romantic of them. I try not to be disappointed they're already gone. My mom pulled me out of school and switched me to homeschooling with the side of intentional hospital tourism when I got diagnosed with B. Capitia 8 months ago, as if my lifespan wasn't already going to be ridiculously short. B. Capitia will cut off another huge chunk of it by masking my shitty lung function, despite even faster that it already has. And they don't give you new lungs when you have an antibiotic-resistant bacteria running rampant inside of you. But inconsiderable is only a suggestion to my mother, and she's determined to find the needle in a haystack treatment, even if it means cutting me off from everyone. At least this hospital is half an hour away from Hope and Jason, so they can come visit me on a regular basis and fill me in on everything I'm missing at school. Since I got B. Capitia, I feel like they're the only ones in my life who don't treat me like a lab rat. They are always been that way. Maybe that's why they're so perfect for each other. I unfold the note to see a heart and in Hope's neat cursive, "See you soon. 2 weeks till you're big 18, Hope and Jason," and that makes me smile. Big 18. 2 more weeks until I'm in charge. I'll be off this latest clinical drug trial and all of this hospital and can do something with my life instead of letting my mom waste it. No more hospitals. No more being stuck inside whitewashed buildings all over the world as doctors try drug after drug, treatment after treatment, none of them working. If I'm going to die, I'd like to actually live first, and then I'll die. I squint at the heart, thinking about the faithful last day, somewhere poetic, a beach maybe, or a rowboat somewhere in Mississippi, just no walls. I could sketch the landscape, draw a final carton of me giving the middle finger to the universe, then bite the big one. I toss the note back onto the bed, eyeing the sheet before giving them a quick whiff to be safe. Scotch and bleach, just the regular hospital Iga du Long. Good. I slide into the squeaky leather hospital recliner by the window and push aside a heap of colored pencils and sketchbooks, grabbing my laptop from under a bunch of photocopied 1940s political cartoons I was looking at earlier for reference. I opened my browser and typed Stella Grant into Google, not expecting much. She seems like the type to have only the most private on Facebook pages. Ugh. Or a lame Twitter account where she retweets memes about the importance of hand washing. The first result, though, is a YouTube page called Stella Grant's Not So Secret CF Diary, filled with at least 100 videos dating back 6 years or so. I squint because the page name looks weirdly familiar. Oh my god, this is the lame channel my mom sent me a link to a few months ago in an attempt to relay me into taking my treatment seriously. Maybe if I'd known she looked like that. I scroll down to the first entry, clicking on a YouTube with the thumbnail of a young Stella wearing a mouthful of metal and a ponytail. I try not to laugh. I wonder where her teeth look like now, considering I've never seen her smile. Probably pretty nice. She seems like the type who would actually wear her retainer at night instead of letting it collect dust on some bathroom shelf. I don't think mine even made it home from the orthodontist. I hit the volume button and her voice comes pouring out over my speakers. Like all CFers, I was born terminal. Our bodies make too much mucus, and that mucus likes to get into our lungs and cause infections, making our lung function deteriorate. The young girl stumbles over the big word before flashing the camera a big smile. Right now I'm at 50% lung function. There's a crappy cut, and she turns around on a set of stairs that I recognize from the main entrance of the hospital. No wonder she knows her way around here so well. She's been coming here forever. I smile back at the little girl, even though that cut was the cheesiest thing I've ever seen. She sits down on the steps, taking a deep breath. Dr. Heyman says, at this rate, I'm going to need a transplant by the time I'm in high school. A transplant, not a cure, but it will give me more time. I'd love a few more years if I'm lucky enough to get one. Tell me about it, Stella. At least she's got a shot. And then, I don't know when, but next time we read Chapter 3, Stella. You guys can see it? Chapter 3, Stella. But I want to show you my light and my water bottle really quick. But I got this light on Amazon. It's a really cool light. As you saw, it can go like that for my books. And it's got 3 lights. So 1 is the lowest, 2 is the second brightest, 3 is the super brightest, and then 4 turns it off. And then I charge it on the side right here, kind of like right here. Where is it? Oh, right here. I charge it on the side right here, and on this side there's a button, and okay, so on this side there's a button, and I tap on it and it just gives it blue lights. But that's what that is. And then this is a stainless steel water bottle cup that my mom bought, and she made this for me. I like AEW All Elite Wrestling, so she made me an AEW All Elite Wrestling cup. So it has 2, so it's got 1, and then if you go on this side, it has another side. So if you guys are interested in any of that, let me know, because my mom is really good at that stuff, and I'm sure she would love to make you guys something, at a price, of course, but I'm sure she would love to make you something at a good, reasonable price. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit that post notification bell so you get a notification on when I post a new video. This time I will make sure it will be about wrestling, or I will not post at all. So remember, we're on Chapter 3, Stella of 5 Feet Apart. And also remember, I'm not sure when, but remember, coming up, there will be a match between 2 of my wrestlers. I still have to decide what ring I'm gonna use, because I have 3 rings. I have to decide if I'm gonna do a girl versus a boy, boy versus boy, or girl versus girl. But yeah, I have to think about it, and then I have to have time. So yeah, that will be my next video, so make sure you guys are looking out for that. But until then, bye guys, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time.